Hi, I'm Patrick with Real McCoy Realty Consultants. Here's your monthly real estate market update for Alpharetta, Milton, Roswell, Woodstock, and a few of the surrounding communities along Georgia 400 and 575. If you are buying, selling, or you're just curious about the North Atlanta market, stay tuned because we have some great information you're not going to want to miss. All right, so we're going to look at three different points when factoring in each of these cities to see if the market is shifting towards buyers or sellers in each respective suburb. For Alpharetta, the days on market is less when comparing July of this year to July of last year. The less time that the housing is on the market, the faster it's getting sold. Days on market suggest that homes are getting sold faster than they were last year. That tends to favor the seller. When you look at the price point, you'll notice that there's a drop of around $8,000 on the price of market for homes in Alpharetta. And by the way, these are residential detached homes that we're using in the analysis. So that's not a good number in favor of the sellers. That tends to favor the buyers a little more. The month supply is about the same with a year-to-year comparison, maybe a drop in favor of the sellers by a little bit. Overall, I would say that between all three of the categories, there's not a lot of conclusive change in the Alpharetta market. If you want to pick a definitive category, maybe say that it's just a little less hot than it was last year based on the price drop. Looking over to Roswell, we notice a dramatic difference in the days on market immediately. It's almost double the time on market it takes for a home to sell, and that would suggest that the buyers are being pickier than they were last year in that local market. If you look at the price point, however, you see that things go up by around almost $20,000 or so in the home price. So that says that the prices are still being accepted and the equity is increasing, which is great news if you're a homeowner in Roswell. If you look at the month's supply, there's just slightly more inventory than there was as of last year, and that does tend to favor the buyers a little bit. So I would say that Roswell is making, between all these 3 points, especially with the price point increasing the way it has, it is making gains in favor of equity, but perhaps not as aggressive of gains as we might be accustomed to seeing at Roswell. For Johns Creek, the days on market is about the same in the month, the year-to-year comparison, so there's no real change there. But you'll notice in the price point, there is a dramatic drop in the price for a residential detached home in Johns Creek. And for the month supply has increased dramatically. Those last 2 points dramatically favor buyers, so I would say the market is shifting more towards buyers in Johns Creek based on the data. For Woodstock, you're looking at a days on market drop. Homes are taking a little less time to sell in July than they were of last year by a few days, which again favors the sellers. When you look at the price point for homes have gone up by around $20,000 for a residential detached home in the Woodstock area for July of this year when compared to July of last year. So again, that also favors the sellers. And for a month's supply, there's actually a little less inventory as of last July than there was the month before. So I would say the Woodstock market is definitely hotter than it was last year. Milton, the days on market is very comparable when looking at the year-to-year comparison. The home price has gone up by a dramatic bit here. I mean, that's a considerable amount of money, so I would say that that's definitely favoring the sellers. And if you look at the month supply, that's another data point that favors sellers. There's just less inventory in Milton than there was of last year. When you look at Canton, the days on market is very similar to last year, so there's no real change there. But there is a dramatic increase in the price point for homes in Canton, even though the month supply has increased. Between all three of these factors, because the price has gone up so much on Canton homes, I would say that that market is shifting more towards a seller's market as of this time. So I had to use a different source of data to look at East Cobb, but basically this points to a buyer's market. Homes are spending more time on the market than they were. Sorry, I had to use the month of May. That was the latest month in the data table. If you look at the prices year to year, there has been a dramatic drop in price, which again strongly favors buyers. And then also, while I don't have the month supply available to you, you can see that more homes are getting a price reduction than they were last year, and less homes are selling above asking price. So yes, this is definitely a buyer's market in East Cobb. As a group, most of these cities have increased in value. Their gains are perhaps not as aggressive as we would have seen a few years ago. But if you're in the areas in the column to the left, you probably have seen a good increase in equity. For the middle, you're looking at Johns Creek and you're looking at East Cobb. Both of those have taken a dramatic drop in price, and we're going to continue to watch how they play out as the year unfolds. Alpharetta, we monitored in last month's report. And Alpharetta was a neutral market last month, and it continues to remain neutral. So we'll see what happens as the year progresses on that community as well. If this video helped you get a better read of the North Atlanta market, do me a favor, click like and subscribe to our channel so you can get next month's report the second it drops. If you are looking to buy or sell in this market here soon, I have something for you. In the description below, we have some free relocation guides, and also from there, you can get on a call with our team if needed. Once again, my name is Patrick. I'm with Real McCoy Realty Consultants, and I hope to see you next month. Take care. Oh, you're still here? Oh gosh, okay. Well, why don't you go ahead and watch this video. I made a point to pick it out just for you if you made it this far in. So you have a great one. Take care. Bye. Yeah, go watch the video.